We're finding out just who is John Obi, John Mikel. Let's just go back one more time. John
No, don't
Michael,
go back to the name.
John Mikel Obi, and which tournament was it where they called you John Mikel Obi?
Under 17s.
Under 17s World
Yeah.
Cup, and you thought, I'll have that.
Yeah.
So you're Mikel, right? Somebody, I'm not going to say who, but one of the coaching staff going back told me something that really surprised me, and said, everyone's got Mikel wrong. He's not the guy who needs the rocket up the backside every 3 weeks. He's the guy who needs the arm around the shoulder treatment.
I think every player needs that. I think every player needs that. Every player needs a bit of confidence. If a manager shows you that he believes in you, you will, even if you're not as good as he wants you to be, you will be good. I think when you hear lots of players say, when you hear people say, oh, he's down, he doesn't have any confidence with him, he's playing with no confidence, no belief. It's really true, because if a manager doesn't put his arm around you and tells you that he believes in you and say, listen, you're my man, you'll play, I don't care what people think, you do the job for me, I want you in my team. You will take that belief and that confidence that the manager has in you, and you take him to the pitch, and you will do things that you don't believe you'll do.
Do you feel that there have been periods where you've lacked confidence?
I think so. I think you know, if I'm going to be totally honest with you, I think every manager that's been here has always had that belief in me. If you look at every manager that's been here, I've always started. I've always been a starter in the team. Maybe after a few games or after many games, and then we get a bad result here and there, you know, we start changing the team, and sometimes that's where it comes down to the engine of the team. It comes down to me, you know. The responsibility comes down to me, because you're the man who's supposed to be there. You're the man who has to dictate the team, make the team play. You're the man who don't protect the back four. You're the one who has to do this and do that, protect everyone. So the whole thing comes down to you, and that's where you get dropped, and then you start lacking that confidence. But I think under Jose Mourinho, Carlo Ancelotti, Robbie Di Matteo gave me loads of confidence. You know, I felt like I could do anything. You know, I played loads of games.
How did he give you that confidence? Was it just through selecting, or did he talk to you? What was it?
The first day he took the job, he called me to his room and said, you are going to be my man. You're going to play. I don't care. I came out of that room, I just had this self-belief, this self-confidence. And from there, we went on this run, unbelievable run. And I played every game. And we were beating everyone. And obviously we went on to win the FA Cup and won the double, won the Champions League. He had so much belief in me.
At the beginning, when you first came, and you just hadn't lived the life of the elite professional footballer.
Oh, I was, because it was my first proper professional team. Because when I was in Lyn Oslo, I only played 2 games, and the professionalism there is not, you know what I mean. So I moved over here, was late for training. You know,
still asleep.
Yeah, still asleep. I think the worst one was when I was late for the Champions League game. I don't know who we were going to play. I think we were supposed to play Barcelona also. I was like 40 minutes, an hour late. I didn't know where I was. I had a call from Gary. Where are you?
Gary Staker.
I was like, what are you saying that for you? It's like, everyone is here waiting. Oh, my God. So I came in. I think that was a straw, and he left me out for a long time.
You won things with Chelsea quickly. You came on in the Carling Cup final in 2007, and you were picked out with Paulo Ferreira by Jose post-match in the FA Cup final as one of the 2 best players on the pitch when we won that. You were winning things straight away, but I want to jump right on to winning the African Nations Cup in 2013. We know you're a Chelsea winner. Lots of people are Chelsea winners.
Yeah.
Nigeria hadn't won the African Nations for a long, long time. You then get shortlisted and come second in the African Player of the Year at the end of that year. Is there something in you that has turned into a serial winner? Was it there all the time?
It was. It was. It was. I think when I was growing up, when I look back at things, when I was little, I've always wanted to win. Even when I was playing football on the street, I've always wanted to win. I've always wanted to. But when I came to this club with Jose Mourinho in the team and with the likes of John Terry, Frank Lampard, when I saw the mentality that they had then, because I'm thinking, why does these guys always want to win? We won last week and they want to win this week again. So the mentality started changing, you know.
So it was more extreme than what you did?
Yeah, it was more extreme. I had the winning mentality, but when I came here, it was more extreme. I've never seen that before.
And what you say playing in the street, I mean, you didn't grow up in the capital of Nigeria. So what was your home like? What was your life like? Are you a country boy? Are you a middle-class boy? What are you?
I was a middle-class boy. Middle-class boy. My parents weren't rich, so yeah, I was playing football in the street with no shoes, just like a normal kid back home in Africa. But all my parents wanted then was for me to go to school, was for me to study. And whatever you want from football, they don't buy you because they want you to go to school. If you want books, okay, we'll buy you books. If you want pen, we'll buy you pen, but not football shoes. So that one I had to learn. I played with no shoes, and then afterwards, I had friends who borrowed me shoes here and there, and those are the friends that I told you that I still keep and I still see up till today. So,
do your parents come over to England?
Yeah.
Do they like it?
They love it. They love it. But I tend to go back home quite more to see them because they love back home. My parents love to stay back home with my brothers, my sister that are married. They have so lots of grandkids now who they spend lots of time with.
You were forced into dealing with certain issues that weren't of your making. The first one was obviously when you joined us and you said you couldn't play for a year, and whether Lynn Oslo had sold you to Manchester United or not. Yeah. More recently, there were the issues with the John Terry Anton Ferdinand. There was the Mark Clattenburg, which wasn't something that you'd heard, and there was your father getting kidnapped. How have you dealt with all those? How have they affected you?
I think there's one thing sometimes people, if I don't speak, people don't see sometimes what you go through in life. You know, everything you've mentioned, you know, they've been things that I had to deal with on my own. You know, obviously my dad being kidnapped as well was terrible. That was the straw. That was the highest. Calling my family every day for 10 days. You know, my mom on the phone crying, my brothers on the phone crying, my sister, everyone. I had to be the strong one. I'm the second to the last born in the family, but I was the one who was saying, "Oh, it's going to be fine." I didn't know where my dad was, but I was just saying, "It's going to be okay. It's going to be fine."
And were you the one who was expected to, if necessary, provide the means to get him freed?
Yeah, yeah.
And did you ever get any correspondence, communication on that? Did you pay out?
No, because the Nigerian president spoke to me and said, "Listen, you've been a great servant to this country. We all love you, Nigerians love you, and this is very, very, very bad. Don't worry, I'll get your dad." He said to me, "I'll get your dad." I said, "Okay, fine." He said, "Give me a couple of days, we'll get him." So gave him a couple of days and everything was sorted.
Did you have nights where you didn't sleep?
Yeah, I didn't sleep for 10 days. But I had to come in here every day and pretend everything was fine. But it wasn't. I was dying inside. And even the day my dad was kidnapped, I went to Stoke and played. Went to Stoke on the AVB. He called me in his office and said, "I understand what has happened, but I need you in the team."
Was that a good thing? Really,
it's a good
probably.
Team. Yeah, I felt, you know, he needed me, and he had to believe in me. That's when he first came in. You know, when he first came in, he
That's right, first
yeah,
game of the season.
yeah. I was, you know, he had me playing, you know, and he said, you know, he said, I need you in the team. I want you to go play, but it's up to you, you know. I said, okay. I said, I'll go and play. You know, I've always loved this club. I've always wanted to serve this club. I've always wanted to win things with this club. I'll go and play. And I traveled with the team, and that night, I remember that night on the phone, my mom on the phone was crying and saying, are you going to be okay to play this game? I said, Mom, you know, the team needs me. You know, I know Dad is not there, but the team needs me. I'll play, and hopefully before everything will be sorted.
Here you are now in your mid-20s, moving up through your 20s, upper mid-20s. Do you feel, though, as though your life's become more normal?
Yeah.
Because it hasn't been normal, has it?
No, I think in life, when you're a teenager, when you're young, lots of things interest you. You want to do everything. But when you start getting older, you start to think, what is more important to me, into my life, into my family? Those are the things you want to concentrate on doing.
Whenever there's been speculation about you in the media, about you moving on somewhere else, both you and, to be fair, your agent, and agents aren't always like this, but John Shittu has been, have always said, no, he's perfectly happy at Chelsea. He loves it there. That's where he wants to stay. Why do you love it here?
I think because of how long I've been here. I think in football, when you've been somewhere for a long time, it's everywhere. If you've been in a job for a long time, you know the people, you feel comfortable with the people that you work with, you feel like they're your family. Moreover now, the players that were here, lots of them have all gone. You know, if you look at the players who've been here a long time now, you're talking about 4, 5, 6. I kind of know this place. It's my home. When I start playing, I will still live where I live. You know, it's my home. And every day I come in here, I feel very happy. I still feel happy. I still feel like the first day I signed. And obviously, the manager who brought me here is back. And you never know until the club say, okay, listen, thank you very much. Your service is not needed anymore. You know, then maybe, you know, then I have to leave. But at the minute, I'm happy.
It's late lunchtime.
Yeah.
What are you going to do now?
I'm going to go home, play with my dogs for a bit.
Dogs?
Yeah.
Oh, we haven't talked about the dogs. What are your dogs?
I've got 2 Rottweilers, Troy and Diva. So I'm going to go home now and put on my onesie and play with them for half an hour, 1 hour.
And that is John Obi.